Imagine a quiet suburban evening shattered by a pounding fist on your door. Not from a cop, but from a self-appointed HOA enforcer armed with fake authority and a real grudge. He's there to seize your spare key, citing some bogus community safety rule. But what he doesn't know is the woman inside isn't just a homemaker. She's a ticking bomb of calculated revenge. Buckle up, folks, because this tale of petty tyranny turning into epic humiliation will have you fuming and cheering in equal measure. In the manicured hell of Oak Ridge Estates, where every lawn was measured to the millimeter and holiday lights timed like a military drill, Mark and his wife Elena lived under the thumb of the HOA. Whispers had spread like wildfire. Elena was unstable, a troublemaker who ignored the sacred bylaws. She heard the gossip at mailbox chats, neighbors clucking about her weird quietness, but she just smiled thinly, filing it all away like ammunition. Elena, a former intelligence analyst who traded covert ops for suburban camouflage, watched the board's queen bee, Karen, strut around like she owned the air they breathed. Karen, a rotund busybody with a clipboard perpetually glued to her chubby fist, preached community harmony while fining folks for unapproved flower pots. It's for the greater good, she'd coo at meetings, her voice dripping fake sugar over ironclad pettiness. The trouble ignited one humid Tuesday when Karen's minion, a puffed-up security guard named Chuck, hammered on their door like he was auditioning for a SWAT team. Mark opened it a crack, fork still in hand from dinner. "Hand over the spare key." "Sir," Chuck barked, his tactical vest straining over his gut, a shiny badge screaming "Rent-a-cop." "Per HOA directive for emergency access. Reports of non-compliant wiring in your walls." Mark blinked. "Wiring? We passed inspection last year." Chuck leaned in, breath reeking of cheap cigars. "Don't question the rules, buddy. Non-compliance means fines, liens, the works." Karen's orders. From the kitchen, Elena eavesdropped, her calm facade masking a mental map of every flaw in their playbook. She glided to the door, eyes scanning Chuck's sloppy stance. "And if we refuse?" she asked mildly. Chuck puffed up. "Then you're obstructing order. We'll mark you hostile. City inspectors could tear this place apart." Mark felt his gut twist, but Elena just nodded, as if humoring a toddler. "Noted," she said, closing the door softly. Outside, Chuck muttered into his radio. "Stubborn ones. Tell Karen we'll escalate." The pressure mounted like a bad sitcom rerun. Next morning, a certified letter arrived, gold embossed with HOA nonsense. Mandatory key surrender for audit. Failure invites sanctions. Neighbors stared as Karen herself paraded down the street, clipboard waving, rallying a whisper campaign. "Elena's hiding something shady," she told Mrs. Jenkins over iced tea. "Probably rewiring without permits, endangering us all." Elena overheard from her window, smirking inwardly at the irony. She dove into research that night, laptop glowing while Mark paced. "Look," she whispered, pointing to discrepancies. "Their cited bylaw is for paint colors, not keys. And the vote they claim? Meeting minutes show it never happened. Quorum flop." Mark's eyes widened. "They're bluffing." Elena's lips curled. "Worse. That wiring threat? Too specific. Remember the drafty outlet? I bet they're covering asbestos scams in these builds, embezzling remediation funds." She drafted a cease and desist, but held fire, letting them dig deeper. Karen called that evening, voice syrupy on speaker. "Mark, sweetie, just comply. We hate drama, but rebels like your wife force our hand. Fines could bankrupt you." Silence stretched. Karen squirmed. "Or inspectors might find issues in your walls." "Wouldn't want that." Elena recorded every word, her patience a weapon sharpening itself. Tensions boiled over at midnight. Chuck returned, pounding harder, now with a holstered pistol glinting under streetlights. Open up. Final warning. Heat or consequences. Mark cracked the door. Chuck shoved it wide. Gun hand twitching. You're on the list now. Karen says you're a threat to property values. Elena stepped forward. Voice steady. Threat? Like your illegal audits? Chuck sneered. Shut it. Lady. Women like you think you're above rules. He drew the gun. Barrel wavering. Hand it over, or, in a blur. Elena disarmed him, twisting his wrist with surgical precision, sending him sprawling. Ex-analyst here, she hissed, pinning him. You pulled on the wrong house. Chuck whimpered. Karen made me. The asbestos, it's in the walls. She skimmed millions. Elena zip-tied him with his own cuffs. Phone already dialing 911. Intruder neutralized. Send backup. Sirens wailed as cops swarmed, hauling a blubbering Chuck away. Elena handed over files, forged bylaws, embezzlement proofs, the extortion call. Down the block. Karen's door splintered. Officers dragged her out. Robe askew, shredding papers futilely. This is outrageous. I'm upholding standards, she screeched. Face a mask of sweaty denial. But the evidence buried her. Fraud charges. Asset seizures. Her mansion auctioned for victim restitution. Neighbors applauded as the tyrants vanished. The cul-de-sac breathing free. Elena stood tall, her silence broken only by a wry smile. Power's funny, she told Mark. It crumbles when you stop believing the bluff. Justice didn't just win, it humiliated the frauds, leaving a neighborhood reborn. Was Elena's takedown justified self-defense? Or did she cross into vigilantism? Who's the real bully here?